Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. This isn't your run-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will kick it away first. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Longhorns offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. You're going to have to be really careful trying to cover that.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab on the left. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. So the snap count is silent, it's predictable, and then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. It's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
The Longhorns will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Buckeyes offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at how impact impact players for this one. What are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Reading the option, it's Sayin. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this third and short. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Using the quick game. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Sweet cut there. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute.
Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete on third down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Never allowed. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
This offense has a 2nd down play. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. To the air, it's Sayin, feeling some heat. Quickly out to the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Running the option, it's Sayin. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Reading the option, it's Sayin. And they snuffed out that play from the start. He probably should have given the ball to the back.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Takes the easy one to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback is snowed under.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. On the return, it's Bolden. Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! The whole thought process is just get the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball reached. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution on that punt return.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. The kickoff team is out there, and after giving up a punt return for the score, this offense needs to do some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. He's got it. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. The run from the shotgun. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Off play action. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Looking for space. It's Baxter. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And you want to run the football. And that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Manning. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Got his man quickly. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
The Longhorns want to move quickly. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Getting some heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. This dude is having a day, and with that one, He's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. They're trying to get to it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Now on 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Quick strike complete. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. The RPO, it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Let's see what they've got on second down. Off the play fake. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. A shot toward the end zone. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, 1st and goal.
A 1st down run in the red zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Got his man on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down there in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast, so there was nowhere to go in the end zone there, that time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
That makes the score. Texas 10, Ohio State 3.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The receiver on the jet sweep. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And that's great defense to stop him short of the 1st down. It's so hard with a guy that fast to create the right angles, to make sure I keep the ball inside, and then everybody's got to run to the football. Great job by the defense.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. They're working that left side. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. To the air on 1st down. Unloads it left. A strike downfield. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Longhorns! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Number 0.
That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
PAT unit on the field.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone.
Ohio State 3.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kickoff.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Shoots it to the left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Well, one of the reasons you go for vertical is because you know you've got dudes that can stretch the field. This guy is one of the fastest receivers in college football, so I love the play call, taking advantage of that speed to go make a big play.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Blasted as he lets it go. Already find a hole in that secondary. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. It's complete! Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Makes the catch! And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they close it to 17-10. They go 83 yards on the drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're lining up to boot it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That's caught. It's Moore. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The offense will quickly use a timeout. Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the QB looked like he knew where he wanted to go with that football, but give the defense credit. They were able to swat that one away.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Longhorns send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Now on the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got it.
And the Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. The play action fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Texas offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. The pull and throw off the RPO. The Longhorns have a 1st down.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He's got it on the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Give to the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Pulls and fires complete. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Dropping back, it's Manning. Trying to burn this defensive back. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Texas!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling. Turns it on down the left side. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he got loose, it was all over. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. If only it were all always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Fast motion from the offense. Quickly complete. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Scanning the field. It's Sayin trying to get to him. He's going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside and make something happen himself. But give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmaker.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
Running back goes in motion. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. See if they stick with that plan on 2nd. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Finds his big tight end. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. Trying play action. Dumps it off in the flats. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Here comes the field goal unit. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
That makes the score Texas 27, Ohio State 17.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. The give to the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They capped that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
And I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. On the move at the 30. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Back to pass. It's Manning. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up.
Really nice job by the defense there, taking away all possible throws by the QB. There was simply nowhere for him to go with it there on 3rd down, so he had to throw it away.
And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
It's just simple. Simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back on the move. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. gets it out fast. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
The Buckeyes are marching down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15.
This quarterback has been really good today. He's been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone, using the quick game. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Wide out in motion. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And these jet sweeps used to be plays where you ran to try to trick them and get out wide and make big plays. But now, short yardage situations, you start to pack it in tight. Okay, I'll go out wide. I'll pick up my 5 to 10 yards and make it easy and get me a 1st down.
To the air, it's Sayin. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you've got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Off-play action on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. He wants to throw it again. Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Back to throw, it's Manning. He'll take a deep shot here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
He'll pull it on the read. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. They go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To throw, it's Sayin. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big way.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. He's got his man.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On second down, he'll let it fly. Gets it out quickly. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Back to throw. It's Manning. Coming after it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
Well, here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time. Because he couldn't get rid of the football so quickly early, that allowed the pass rush to get to him.
Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
Third down coming.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going up top here late in the game. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Wants to throw on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. Just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their heads start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got his man, makes the grab. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Snagged on the outside, it's Washington. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. To the air, it's Manning. Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack.